lot of circles in the rain. Everything been pulling apart. Every falling where I stand again. Every talk in every dirt. The puddles heal its hunger. The round two's novel and cold, carrying forgotten whispers from the nights I felt too old. Midnight circles in the rain. Truth silently told. I wander through the downpour like a ghost without a claim, hoping water washes something I can't bring myself to name. Midnight circles in the rain, and the storm keeps speaking what I won't. And the storm keeps speaking what I won't. And the storm keeps speaking what I won't. And the storm keeps speaking farewell.
Silver rain on broken glass, falling soft on memories past. I watch the droplets shape my pain, painting ghosts upon the pain. Every crack shows where I've been, where I shattered from within. The storm outside don't scare me none, and it's a quiet after it's done. Silver rain on broken glass, washing shadows as they pass. But it won't cleanse a part of me that loves the dark too steadfastly. Silver rain on broken glass, a lullaby for the outcast. nights I swear I hear your voice floating through the wind's cold noise. Maybe love was meant to fade, like a picture the weather made. Silver rain on broken glass. And I fall with every drop, 'cause falling's all I've ever known. There's a wolf inside the silence, prowling through my mind. Claws scratching at the memory I tried to leave behind. It circles when I'm broken, it howls when I'm afraid. And every time I run from it, it finds me in the shade. The wolf inside the silence keeps tearing at my peace. No matter where I wander, it's hunger don't see. Yeah, the wolf inside the silence, my eternal masterpiece. Some beasts are made of fury, some carve entirely of need. Mine is bare from loneliness, and it's the only thing I feel. Inside the it howls right through my soul. I've slept beside shadows, I've kissed the edge of doubt. When the room grows too quiet, that's when my thoughts come out. They crawl across my chest, clawing at my sleeve. You can't run from memories when they cut this deep. Fear keeps me company when the night grows thin. It pulls up a chair and settles in. Fear keeps me company, my uninvited friend. I tried to chase a light once, but it burned right through my pride. Now I linger with the darkness, 'cause it doesn't mind my hide. Fear keeps me company, fear keeps me company, fear keeps me company. Stay till morning, long after dreams have died. The night wind knows my story, hears me whisper through the chill. It listens like an old friend who never questions if I will. It wraps around my solitude, pulls a truth from deep inside. I confess to it the sins I could never say with pride. This night wind confessional, where I set burdens free. It carries them to nowhere, far away from me. Night wind confessional, my midnight plea. No priest, no holy scripture, just the wind and I alone. But somehow it feels sacred as it chills me to the bone. Night wind confessional, and I breathe a little easier till the next dark hour. too tired to scream, but too wild to behave. It stirs when nights grow colder, when my spirit starts to fray. It reminds me I'm still living in its own broken way. The howl beneath my breath, calling through the dark, searching for a reason to ignite its fading spark. The howl beneath my breath, a wounded remark. But if peace ever finds me, it better find me soon. The howl beneath my breath, and it trembles in the silence till dawn hunts it down. Footsteps fading on a road that never ends. Moonlight shaking like a drunk old friend. Shadows whisper things I don't want to know, but I follow anyway, too tired to say no. Wind cuts through me like a memory unkind. Another lost promise wandering my mind. Street lamp dying, flicker in the cold. Truth gets heavy when your heart grows old. And I'm walking those cold tracks on an empty road, carrying a burden only darkness knows. Got no compass, just the weight of my load, drifting slow on an empty road. line, a story carved in quiet pain. If someone called my name, I wouldn't turn. I'm a ghost in motion with miles to burn. Yeah, I'm walking those cold tracks on an empty road, carrying a burden only darkness knows. Got no compass, just the weight of my load, drifting slow on an empty road. No compass, just the weight of my load, drifting slow on an empty road. Midnight sighs and the silence grows, but I keep walking where the lone wolf goes. I got whiskey behind my breath, dog, and a story I can't quite tell. It's carved in the dust of the nighttime, where my broken footsteps fell. City's got teeth like a wild dog, gnawing at the corners of my pride, but I still roam through the alleys, where the truth's too scared to hide. Whiskey behind my breath, sorrow beneath my skin. If redemption ever called my name, I sure didn't let it in. Whiskey behind my breath, and a night that won't forget every sin I carried home, with a heart full of regret. You asked me why I wandered, why I never stay for long. 'cause my soul ain't made for comfort. Just a slow and aching song. Whiskey behind my breath, sorrow beneath my skin. And the moon keeps pouring silver. Where my lonely list begins. Neon trembles on the sidewalk, like it's scared of what it sees. Sirens hum a tired lullaby, and the night brings me to my knees. I hear the alley's heartbeat pound, hear the hunger in its grin. Every shadow knows my secrets, every street lamp knows my sin. I've been chewed up, I've been clean, lost my pride somewhere in the gutter, lost my fear when I lost my name. Moonlit teeth of the city, sinking deep, slow and gritty, and I'm bleeding out quietly where the strangers, and they sound a lot like me. Just man called hollow by midnight, searching for a place to be. In the moonlit teeth of the city, hey. Yeah. curls slow from my trembling hands, rising like a prayer no one understands. The world's grown quiet, the shadows grown long, and I'm humming to myself that old midnight song. Ash falls heavy like a winter's sigh. Dreams burn out as the hours slip by. Nothing left but the glow on my face, and the taste of a life I failed to chase. This is my last cigar at the end of the night, burning through the silence like a fading light. Got a pocket full of memories that don't treat me right, so I let them drift off into the night. I've loved too hard and walked too far, chasing shadows under dying stars. And now I sit where the echoes fall, listen for a voice that won't ever call. My last cigar at the end of the night, my last cigar at the end of the night. When the ember dies softly, I'll fade with the smoke. Boots, crumbs, gravel on a midnight trail, carrying secrets too heavy to inhale. Every breath tastes like yesterday's lies. Every sigh tries to drown my cry. I've been walking with my shadows, but they're growing far too tall. They follow close behind me, but they never catch my fall. Gravel under my shadows, moon watching over me. The night keeps its distance, but it loves my misery. miles still to go. I'm the echo of a wanderer the darkness used to know. I've seen angels break and bleed, and all I ever wanted was a quiet place to breathe, gravel under my shadow. You know, if dawn ever finds me, if dawn in my shadow. Time put rust on my soul, love, like rain on an unused gate. I try to swing open a kindness, but the hinges scream too late. I've been drowning in a quiet where regrets pull like a tide. There's a rust on my soul, a weight I can't control. Every scar I carry has a name I'll never know. There's a rust on my soul, but the night still feels like home. Some men heal in sunlight, but I only bloom in cold. Guess you can't unbreak the pieces of a heart that's been too bold. Rust on my soul, the darkness holds me gently, like it's claimed me as its own. I roam like a midnight hound, sniffing truth where the lies are found. Ain't no leash around my pride, ain't no shelter for me to hide. The city house is broken too, beneath a bruised and faded moon. Every house sounds just like mine, hungry for something I'll never find. I'm a midnight hound, running worn out ground. Nobody waiting, no warm voice found. I'm a midnight hound, free but bound. I've tasted the cold of abandoned doors, left my prints on 1,000 floors, but every path leads to the same old place. A shadow staring back in my face. Yeah, midnight hound. Yeah, midnight hound. Yeah, midnight hound. And the night keeps calling, 'cause it knows my name by heart. Street lamp flickers as I pass by, like it's winking at my life. I told myself I'd change someday, but the road keeps pulling me away. I lean on cold metal posts, pouring truth from leaking souls. Every glow on the pavement floor shows the man I once was before. Street lamp confessions under yellow light, telling truths I hide from in the warmth But the hardest part of healing is the ache you can't define. Street lamp confession. When the night stops listening, I'll fade into the dark. Ashes riding on the wind's back, carrying pieces of who I lack. The night holds tight to every scar, like it knows just who we are. I try to bury my old regrets, but they rise like unpaid debts. Every whisper in the cold black air feels like a truth I can't repair. Ashes on the wind's back, floating where I can't track. The past keeps drifting, but it always drifts back. Ashes on the wind's back, burning slow in midnight black. I walk through hours bruised and thin, hoping dawn might let me in. But the sunrise fears my name, won't take credit for my shame. Ashes on the wind's back, and I follow their trail, 'cause I've nothing left to claim. I roam for nocturnal mercy, but the streets don't offer much. Just a cigarette's dying whisper, and a stranger's fleeting touch. Loneliness is gentle, when you carried it too long. It wraps around your heartbeat like a slow and tender song. Nocturnal mercy, won't you find me tonight? I'm tired of being tethered to the absence of light. Nocturnal mercy, give this broken soul respect. Like confession, the wind feels like a prayer. If solace has a shadow, it's hiding somewhere there. Nocturnal mercy, and I'll search until dawn for a fragment of peace. There's a weight in hollow rooms, the kind that pulls your voice apart. Echoes fight like a restless ghost nibbling at your heart. I swear these walls remember every sin I ever made. They breathe with heavy silence and keep my courage free. The weight of hollow rooms presses down on me, sheltering my secrets, burying what can be free. The weight of hollow rooms, a quiet misery. for comfort, but the flame just trembles thin. Even fire fears the darkness that I carry within. The weight of hollow rooms, weight of hollow rooms. Still I sleep in their shadows, 'cause they fit me like a skin.
I stand where the wolves once howled, before the world grew loud with men. Now there's only concrete breathing, covering the scars I ran. The wind remembers stories that the streets will never know. It chills me like a warning, only broken hearts can show. Where the wolves once howled, I feel the echo now. In the quiet of my longing, I hear their ancient vow. Where the wolves once howled, my solitude bells. My spirit could belong, but dawn keeps dragging me back to a place I don't feel strong. Where the wolves once howled, and the silence fills my lungs more deeply than the dawn.
I walk on borrowed bones, bones that don't feel like mine. They creak beneath the burden of every wasted sign. My heart beats running crooked, My soul keeps limping on. These bones ask where I'm going, but I can't say where I've gone. Borrowed bones beneath me, tired from the weight. Every step reminds me I'm wandering too late. Borrowed bones to guide me, but they don't navigate. I try to stitch my spirit back into its frame, but the pieces don't remember how to fit the same. Borrowed bones beneath me, borrowed bones beneath me, borrowed bones beneath me, borrowed bones beneath me. Still they carry me slowly toward another sleepless dawn. The quiet devours everything. When midnight climbs the stair, I feel it breathing on my neck, fingers gliding through my hair. It eats the last of daylight, swallows echoes whole, then takes a seat beside me, reading secrets in my soul. The quiet devour what I try to hide, takes my trembling heartbeat, pulls me to its side. The quiet devours, and I'm open wide. Some call it peaceful darkness, but it's hunger dressed in black. It knows exactly what I lost and what I'll never get back. The quiet devour, and I surrender softly, like a sigh fading slow. Blue smoke rising from my lips, like a prayer I never spoke, hoping heaven hears the whisper, curled within the drifting smoke. Every drag brings revelation, every sigh reveals the truth. I've been mourning who I am since the fragile days of youth. Blue smoke prayer floating in the night, carry my confession where I lost my life. Blue smoke prayer fade into the height. If redemption's in the rafters, maybe it'll drift back down. But till then I sit in silence in a half-forgotten town. Blue smoke prayer, blue smoke prayer. Night keeps breathing with my fading hope.
There's a river south of midnight where my secrets like to rest. It knows the weight I carry, pressed tight against my chest. It flows without forgiveness, but with understanding too. When I kneel beside its water, it knows exactly what I've been through. The river knows my name, every fault and every flame washes me in silence till I don't feel the same. The river knows my name and calls it without shame. Some nights I swear it listens like a mother to a child. It soothes the beast inside me till the guilt grows mild. The river knows my name. The river knows my name. The river knows my and I'll return tomorrow to confess again.
Lone lantern sways above me, singing gospel to the night. Its glow is soft and trembling, but it keeps my fear inside. The streets are full of sinners, I walk among them too. But even shadows need a sermon when the sky forgets its blue. This lone lantern gospel, preaching low and warm, guiding lost wanderers through the coming storm. Lone lantern gospel, a fragile little charm. I prayed without believing, I begged without a sound, but the lantern keeps on swinging like hope that circles round. Lone lantern gospel, oh, lone lantern gospel, oh, and I follow its shimmer, oh, through every broken night. Oh, lone lantern gospel. Back alley promises linger in the rain, words whispered soft but carved in pain. I held your echo in the crook of night, but the dawn exposed we were never right. The pavement remembers each step we made, secret spill where the shadows faded. If love was hiding behind those doors, it slipped out quiet through the cracks of the floors. Back alley promises lost beneath the neon sign. Truth don't last long out here. It crumbles when the silence cries. Back alley promises fading like smoke in my eyes. I walk alone beneath the humming wires, past burned out hearts, past smoldering desires. Nothing left but the memory's taste of bitter sweetness I can't erase. Back alley promises, back alley promises, and the night keeps them better than I ever could. Go sleep in my shoes tonight. Walking every mile I fight. I hear their whispers with every step. Stories of the things I kept. They remind me where I stumble, where my pride and sorrow tumble. Their shadows stretch along my path, cold as fate and twice as wrath. Go sleep in my shoes, guiding where I lose. Every road I wander now feels too worn to choose. Go sleep in my shoes, walking off my blues. They know my past too honestly. Together we roam the quiet air, three souls with one despair. Go sleep in my shoes, go sleep in my shoes, go sleep in my shoes. Ain't gone a sleepless heart, bleed deeper than the night. Words I tried to bury still glow beneath the light. I etch your name in sorrow, a brand I can't remove. Every breath I borrow fails to make me move. Ink on a sleepless heart, stains I can't erase. The letters twist and tremble like tears upon my face. Ink on a sleepless heart, a truth I can't replace. If time could be rewritten, I'd scratch out all the lies. But ink dries fast and certain on the silence of my side. Ink on a sleepless heart, and the page keeps turning. Though I don't I've got a feral blue heart, love, untamed and torn apart. It growls beneath my ribs, claws at my deepest part. You try to soothe its hunger, but wild things never rest. Even in your sweetness, couldn't find its nest. Feral blue heart, beating out of tune, chasing shadows hungry for something gone too soon. Feral blue heart,
of that creature, its pulse tied to my own. We're both half broken wanderers, searching for a home. Pharaoh blue heart, beating out of tune, chasing shadows hungry for something gone too soon. Pharaoh blue heart, and it keeps me moving through every night's follow trembling roads of midnight, where the street lamps flicker low. Steps heavy with the memories of the man I used to know. Every bend reminds me softly of a promise left behind. The wind picks up my sorrow and scatters it through my mind. Trembling roads of midnight, carry me somewhere true. I've been lost too long to daylight, too old to start anew. Trembling roads of midnight lead me through the blue. Some say no is empty, but I've walked them hollow-eyed, and the only thing that greets me is the howl of my own pride. Trembling roads of midnight, still I keep on walking, till the darkness moves. I wear a crown of solitary hours, forged from years of quiet pain. Not the kind of gold we're stealing, just a rust that won't refrain. It sits heavy on my temple, presses on my weary side, makes the world seem far too distant, makes my soul forget its life. Crown of solitary hours, bending my worn spine, every minute carved in shadow and soaked in blues like wine. Crown of solitary hours, my burden by design. I've tried to cast it from me, let the darkness roll away, but it clings like old regrets that never learn to stay. Crown of solitary hours, and I wear it through the night till dawn decides my fate. Reflections sleep, I wander slow and far, beneath the hush of silver skies and the dimming of a star. I watch my thoughts drift outward on a tide of quiet air. They shimmer with the remnants of choices I cannot make, where the lone reflections sleep. I lay my burdens down, let the stillness hold my sorrow, let the silence be my crown, where the lone reflections sleep. Peace is gently found. winds tug at my sleeve, just the breath of distant waters, and the will to finally leave, where the lone reflections sleep, where the lone reflections sleep. And I fade into the hush, and I fade into the hush, where my shadow